I think
Fantastic.
we
Kavi?
should be circulating this video
Sir,
to the young teenagers, who eat a lot of processed foods. Yeah, Kavi, please go ahead.
Mr. Gupta, how do you see the body-mind-soul connection in the context of prevention and healing of diabetes? And what would you like to say about emotional eating?
Very good question, Kavi. We all do
So,
it.
emotional
Yes.
eating, two things. Number one, um, find your cheating routes. So if you can put relatively healthier snacks out there and ready, then your emotional eating has a choice to eat something you decided to eat. If you don't have, if you haven't made any preparations for that, your emotional eating will be the most convenient thing that you found. So, for example, I bought two of these packs of before lockdown ended, these healthier chocolates. So I bought a lot of dates, khajur, anjeer, nuts, so that when I'm doing my emotional eating, it is dates and it is nuts which are zero processed compared to eating something sweet and fatty that is processed. So that would be the first thing that I would say. To answer, about the mind-body-soul connection, I am not familiar with it particularly for diabetes, but the mind-body-soul connection for your whole existence, whether it is family, whether it is work, whether it is health, all of these are extremely important. So let's talk about work. Having a purpose behind your work is so much more powerful than just working for perhaps money. And today, when we talk about treating diabetes in a coronavirus time, I hate diabetes. So it doesn't matter if food subscription may be less viable now or other concerns might be there with logistics. I still hate that disease. So I'm going to keep trying to find ways that are holistic and that are going to keep, I get a different kind of joy out of it. When it comes to family,
And
having
I
a
will attest to that. I will attest to that he's followed up with me and said, you need to do this. And I told him my issues and he said, no, I want to cure you. And I'm going to remind tomorrow. So, this is not like, Junior is not saying it on screen, but he actually lives what he says.
Thank you. No, I have called up a bunch of my clients, especially those who were more prone. Those who I just want to lose some kilos for looking better. That's one thing. But with health issues, uh, uh, more severe health issues, we really want to keep working at it. When it comes to family, I mean, I think I made my kids do pranayam. And I try to make them aware about what some things mean, what it is. Like in this lockdown thing, we have less staff at home. So when they want to get something, I go get it. Somebody's working there. You can't just shout and expect stuff. You have to recognize people are tired. So you've got to teach people to treat others as people. And you've got to be connected to your work. You've got to take care of yourself. So, the soul, pranayam, meditation, awareness, self-awareness, all these things. I would even go one step further. I would say mind, body, soul, and nature. If there's one thing we've all realized during lockdown is the importance of nature and how beautiful it is. So going out there, so every day now I go out and I stay in the sun for 20 minutes, or I'll do my yoga where I catch sunlight. And I realized that we humans are designed to get sun. We can't just, that's why everybody has vitamin D deficiency, but we're designed to operate in the sunlight. I actually, want to add something else. There's a new theory of health called the circadian theory of health, which says that if we went to Mars or we went to some other planet and if the day became 48 hours long, we wouldn't be able to survive as a species. We are designed to operate on a 24-hour cycle. So our heart has a certain peak time and a downtime, our mind, our lungs. So for example, most heart attacks happen in the morning because we are designed over 3 million years to work on a 24-hour cycle. So
The circadian rhythm also says that the best time to sleep is between 10 p.m. and 4 a.m.
Yeah.
That's when the everything gets aligned to give you rest. That's how so I've tried to follow that. So most days I've been asleep by 11:30, not 10, but maybe 25
There's
days I
one
slept.
takeaway to your viewers I could say right now is to maintain your discipline, to go to sleep on time, actually be more disciplined than normal. You've got no distractions, no dinner parties. Go to sleep like a soldier, wake up early on time, have a morning ritual routine, whether that is taking sun, whether that is doing Surya Namaskar, whether that's reading your things. Limit the time you spend reading news, because nowadays news is not always positive. And uh, yeah, really focus on this connection that you have with your routine, with your rituals, with your body, mind, soul. And for a lot of you, it might be a good time to think about the purpose. As we look at coronavirus and a lot of people's businesses disappearing and incomes going, and I look at all the people right now that perhaps don't have a viable economic future. And I really feel that, what does it behoove us? And we are not necessarily here to make money. As souls, we are here to impact the world around us. And that's how you're going to be measured. At the end of the day, when it's your last day, it's not, or somebody who's on coronavirus deathbed, and nobody cares how much money they made. It's all about the impact that you made, whether it's your family, whether it's your friend, whether it's society. And I think that's very important.
Absolutely right. Kavi, any other questions?
Mr. Gupta, you donate 1 day a week to a social cause. How does that make you feel? Does that make you feel better about how you're able to serve humanity?
So donating 1 day a week was probably one of the best things I did in my life. It allowed me to structure doing something and also to do it persistently. I realized in social work, the biggest thing is persistence. And 1 day a week allowed me to really be very structured with it. Before the startup, I was very consistent for 5 years. And it has been a most incredible journey. Even for my children to see dad do this. We all want our children to be good human beings, but there's nothing like it than doing it yourself.
Yeah, and
Okay,
kids
sir.
learn more from, seeing what their father, mother are doing than they're preaching them to. They're very good observers. It's kind of, it gets ingrained if they see their parents doing something.
Yeah.
So, there's
Yes.
nothing better to, and Junior has 3 kids, if I'm not wrong.
Yeah, 3 kids. Great memory.
Yes.
So I have around my house, many places on Golf Course Road, we see really bad roads and no reflectors. So I'll buy reflectors and I'll put it. And so I've even taken my kids to go and put reflectors on the road. And just a simple but a small way to teach them that, you can take ownership of the society around you. You don't have to just wait and watch and complain. Like, you can play a part in the bigger picture.
So, Junior, I'd like to ask my last question, then Abhinav can. Junior, you've been an entrepreneur. Your business model was interrupted 40 days back, right? You were
Yes.
doing well when you started to grow, everything stabilized, the base was growing. You were enthusiastic about going to multiple cities. And here comes this disruption in terms of COVID. So tell us, as an entrepreneur, how have you applied what you talked to us in your life? Of course, you pivoted and you're going online. But tell us in an authentic way, what all went through your mind?
So I think one has to believe कि what we say in Hindi, जो भी होता है अच्छे के लिए होता है. Whatever happens for the best. So now we are looking at virtualizing the food delivery, tying up with other people. So if I tie up with a company which is in 5 cities, I could be in 5 cities within weeks, which would have taken me years to be. So if we can develop this model successfully, or other
And
things.
it's
So
asset light. And it is asset light.
It's asset light. We can be in 30 countries in God knows how much time. So I think you have to just fundamentally believe whatever happens for the best. I'll tell you a story. We had a couple of people wanting to change their careers before the lockdown. So they actually went ahead with their resignation. They're still having some weeks left, some days left, but to leave. And I've had to hire people in this lockdown. And that's been very interesting. Somebody just joined today on digital marketing. And, it's you just got to have faith. Ki whatever happens for the best. And as long as you have that positive attitude, I think nature aligns for you.
I agree with that, and I believe in that too. Abhinav, you're asking your last question.
No, I just wanted to add that, Junior, most of the things, like we were having a conversation with Raj Naik as well a couple of days ago, and he mentioned something similar. But the fact is that you need to experience a few things in life to maybe understand this stuff. And,
Absolutely.
Just one-sided like reading or maybe somebody giving gyan doesn't help. But to be fair enough, I mean, whatever you're saying is very credible, and this was very insightful. And thank you so much. For people like me and Kavi probably can, get something very fruitful out of this.
Thank you, Jay. We like to end it. If there's something you would like to say as a parting comment or thought or advice or a prediction for future, we'd welcome that.
I think it's too uncertain right now as to what's going to be there in the future. I hope they find a vaccine really soon and we can come back to some security that we're used to, and hoping for the best.
Yeah, we are betting on China. We are betting on China. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, Junior. Thank you, Kavi. Thank you, Abhinav. And we'll be in touch and hopefully do an interaction soon in happier times.
Thank you, Junior. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you, Junior. Thank you.